Hello students, myself Pooja Dhokre. Students, in our previous session we have started our new lesson electricity and circuits. So what we studied in previous lesson? Yes, we have studied about electricity, electric cell, torch bulb and some activities, isn't it? So today we are going to learn about electric circuit, even the electric switch, electric conductors and insulators. So just open your science textbook, page number 119. Here is the PPT electric circuit. See students, the electric circuit in which there is no gap in the connections between the terminals of the cell, wires and bulb, etc. is called a complete circuit or closed circuit. A bulb lights up when the circuit is complete or closed. So whenever there will be a closed circuit or open circuit, that time only the bulb glows. Here is a open circuit, so that's why the bulb will not glow, isn't it? So in our previous session we have seen the 6 arrangement showing the bulbs will glow or not glow. That activity we have seen in the previous session, isn't it? So that time only if there is a closed circuit, that bulb will glow. If there will be open circuit, the bulb will not glow. Okay, so this is very important students. The bulb lights up when the circuit is complete or closed circuit. Now next point. Before that we'll see the activity given in the textbook. See here. And activity 2, you connected one terminal of the electric cell to the other terminal through wires passing to and from the electric bulb. Note that in the arrangement shown in figure 12.5 A and F, the two terminals of the electric cell were connected to two terminals of the bulb. Such an arrangement is an example of an electric circuit. Okay, the electric circuit provides a complete path for electricity to pass. To pass means current to flow between two terminals of the electric cell. The bulb glows only when current flows through the circuit. So that time only the bulb glows. In an electric circuit, the direction of current is taken to be from the positive to the negative terminal of the electric cell as shown in figure 12.6c. Positive terminal to the negative terminal. This one is a positive terminal and this one is a negative terminal. So your bulb will, your electric cell, see here, the current will flow like this. Now when the terminals of the bulb are connected with that of the electric cell by wires, the current passes through the filament of the bulb. This makes the bulb glow. Okay. Now sometimes an electric bulb does not glow even if it is connected to the cell. This may happen if the bulb has fused. So whenever there will be electric bulb does not glow, even it is connected to the cell, even the electricity also there, so that time the bulb has fused. Okay, look at a fused bulb carefully. Is the filament inside it intact? So we'll see the answer here. An electric bulb may fuse due to many reasons. One reason for a bulb to fuse is a break in its filament. A break in the filament of an electric bulb means a break in the path of the current between the terminals of the electric cell. Therefore, a fused bulb does not light up as no current passes through its filament. Now, Can you now explain why the bulb did not glow when you tried to do so with the arrangement shown in figure 12.5, B, C, D and E? So why does that bulb not glow? Because the arrangement of the bulb and cell is open. So that's why the bulbs given in 12.5, B, C, D, E are not glowing. Now we know how to make a bulb light up using an electric cell. Would you like to make a torch for yourself? So you can make a torch also for yourself, students. Now we'll see our next point here. Here is activity 3. See students, take a torch bulb and piece of wire. Remove the plastic covering at the two ends of the wire. So remove the plastic coverings of the two ends of wire around the base and wrap one end of a wire around the base of an electric bulb as shown in figure. Fix the other end of the wire to the negative terminal with rubber band. So now bring the tip of the base of the bulb, that is its other terminal, in contact with the positive terminal. Here, can you see? So make proper arrangement, students. Here, just see here what they have asked. One end of a wire around the base of an electric bulb and fix the other end of the wire to the negative terminal of the electric cell. Here, see. First, one end of a wire around the base here and another end to the negative terminal of the cell with the help of a rubber band. Now bring the tip of the base of the bulb here, that is its other terminal, in contact with the positive terminal. Bring it close. Okay. Now what you will see, students, see here. Does the bulb glow? Now move the bulb away from the terminal of the electric cell. So for that condition, that this bulb will glow. Does the bulb remain lighted? Is this not similar to what you do when you switch your torch on off? When we put this end near the positive terminal, that time bulb will glow. Okay. But when we remove this end, that time bulb will not glow. Okay. So is it similar to torch on and off, isn't it? Now for that we'll see electric switch. See here. A switch is a simple device which breaks a circuit or completes a circuit as desired by us. A switch works by opening and closing a gap in an electric circuit. When the switch is in the off position, a gap opens up in the circuit due to which electricity stops flowing in the circuit and hence the electric appliances stops working. Now when the switch is turned on, the gap in the circuit is closed and complete circuit is made. Okay. Due to complete circuit, electricity starts flowing in the circuit and electrical appliances will now start working. The purpose of using a switch is to turn on or turn off an electrical appliances by closing or opening the circuit respectively. Okay, so this one is the information of electrical switch. Here we'll see in the textbook. See electric switch. We had an arrangement for switching on or off our homemade torch by moving the base of the bulb away from the tip of the cell. So here we made the homemade torch, isn't it? In this 12.7. Okay, now this was a simple switch but not very easy to use. we can make another simple and easier switch to use in our circuit also. So how? See, activity 4. You can make a switch using 2 drawing pins, a safety pin or a paper clip, 2 wires and a small sheet of thermocol or wooden board. So insert a drawing pin into the ring at one end of the safety pin and fix it on the thermocol sheet as shown in figure 12.8 like this. Okay, so just first of all, what you do? Drawing pin into the ring at one end of the safety pin and fix it on the thermocol sheet. Now make sure that the safety pin can be rotated freely. Now fix the other drawing pin on the thermocol sheet in a way that the free end of the safety pin can touch it. See, like this. Here are the two. See, here is a one pin and here is a another drawing pin. And this one is a safety pin. It can be rotated very easily. Even it can fix it into other drawing pin also. Now safety pin can touch it. The safety pin fixed in this way would be your switch in this activity. So in this activity, safety pin is a switch. Okay. Now make a circuit by connecting an electric cell and a bulb with this switch as shown in 12.9. Rotate the safety pin so that it's free and touches the other drawing pin. What do you observe? Now move the safety pin away. Does the bulb continue to glow? No. Here when we fix the pin to the other this one, what we call drawing pin, that time bulb will glow. But when we remove the safety pin from the one drawing pin, so that time bulb will not glow. The safety pin cover the gap between the drawing pins when you made it touch two of them. In the position, the switch is said to be on since the material of the safety pin allows the current to pass. Okay. See, a switch is on position. Here is a on position, you can see. And when we remove this safety pin, the switch will off. Okay. Now the circuit was complete, hence the bulb glows. On the other hand, the bulb did not glow when the safety pin was not in touch with the other drawing pin. The circuit was not complete as there was a gap between the two drawing pins. So when we remove the safety pin, that time there was a gap between two drawing pins. In this position, the switch is said to be off. A switch is a simple device that either breaks the circuit or completes it. The switches used in lighting of electric bulbs and other devices in home work on the same principle, although their designs are more complex. So in our home also we use like this. Okay. Now we'll see torch bulb. See here, inside the torch electric cells, positive and negative. See, we need two cells here in this torch. See, this one is a positive and here is a negative. Again here is a positive and here negative. When we make this type of arrangement, then and then only the bulb will glow. If we made here also positive and here also negative and here also negative, then the bulb will not glow. Okay, here is a bulb, here is a reflector, plastic casing, slide switch. See, here is a slide switch and electric cells. Okay, here, see here, torch is a portable electric lamp which uses two or more cells to light a small bulb. A torch is used to provide light when going out during a dark night or when electricity supply fails at home. That time we use torch, isn't it? Now the torch has a bulb that lights up when it is switched on. Okay, a torch contains a simple electric circuit. In a torch, two or more cells are connected to a torch bulb through a sliding switch. When the torch is needed to provide light, we close the sliding switch by pushing it forward so that the circuit is completed and the bulb lights up. Okay, and when the torchlight is not needed, the sliding switch is opened by pushing it backward so that the circuit breaks and bulb is turned off. A torch gets electricity from the cells kept inside it. Okay, now next point here, see in the textbook page number 121, electric conductors and insulators. So see, in all our activities we have used metal wires to make a circuit, isn't it? In all these activities we have used metal wires. Suppose we use a cotton thread instead of a metal wire to make a circuit. Do you think that the bulb will light up in such a circuit? Yes students, do you think? No, bulb will not light up. Okay, what material can be used in electric circuit so that the current can pass through them? So for this we'll see our next activity. Okay, now activity 5. See students, disconnect the switch from the electric circuit you used for activity 4. So this would leave you with two free ends of wires as shown in 12.12 like this. Okay, bring the free ends of two wires close to let them touch each other. Does the bulb light up? Yes. You can now use this arrangement to test whether any given material allows current to pass through it or not. So students, you can use this arrangement for testing the other also. Okay, so here they have used here is a open circuit and here is a closed circuit in the textbook. So here in the A, bulb will not go, but in the B here is a closed circuit, that time the bulb will glow. Now collect samples of different types of materials such as coils, cork, rubber, glass, keys, pins, plastic scale, wooden block, pencil lead, aluminium foil, candle, swing candle, thermocol, paper and pencil lead. One by one, bring the free ends of the wires of your tester in contact with two ends of the sample you have collected. So take the sample here and like this you can make the arrangement. Okay, and the object you can keep here in place of a key also. Now does the bulb glow in each case? So for that you need to make this type of arrangement and put your object here and just make one observation table students. Here make a table in your notebook similar to table 12.1 and record your observation. See, here is a table, conductors and insulators. Here object used in the place of the switch. Here material it is made up of and bulb glows, yes or no. So when we use key is a metal and bulb will glow, so that's why here yes. Eraser is a rubber and bulb will not glow, that means no will come. Okay, even here is a plastic scale, so bulb will glow or not students? No. So like this arrangement you can write the observations. Here what do you find students? The bulb does not glow when the free ends of the wires are in contact with some of the materials you have tested. So what do you find? The bulb does not glow when the free ends of the wires are in contact with some of materials you have tested. This means that these materials do not allow the electric current to pass through them. On the other hand, some materials allow electric current to pass through them, which is indicated by the glowing bulb. Materials which allow electric current to pass through them are conductors of electricity. Okay, so those materials which allows electricity to pass through them are the conductors of electricity. Now insulators do not allow electric current to pass through them. So conductors allow the electricity to pass through them, but insulators do not allow electric current to pass through them. With the help of table 12.1, name the materials that are conductors of electricity and also those which are insulator. So here in the 12.1 we can tell that which one is a conductor of electricity and which one is the insulator of the electricity. So here you can make another table also, conductors and insulator also. So what do you conclude? Which material are conductors and which are insulators? So for that, just do this experiment, we will get to know the answer. It now seems easy to understand why copper, aluminium and other metals are used for making wires. So now students, all of you understood why only copper, aluminium and other metals are used to making the wires. So these are the conductors. Okay, now let us recall activity 4 in which we made an electric circuit with a switch. See 12.9 here, activity 4 12.9. see here. So what they have given students, when the switch was in the open position, here is the open position, here is a safety pin, is a switch, where the two drawing pins not connected with each other through the thermocol sheet, isn't it? But thermocol you may have found in an insulator. Okay, what about the air between the gap? So think about it students. Since the bulb does not glow when there is only air in the gap between the drawing pin in your switch, it means that air is also an insulator. Okay, here is a open circuit, isn't it? So now this is thermocol sheet. Now students, thermocol is also an insulator, but what about the air? When the circuit is open, that time air is between these two pins. So air is also an insulator. Now see here, conductors and insulators are equally important for us. Switches, electrical plugs and sockets are made up of conductors. On the other hand, rubber and plastics are used for covering electrical wires, plugs, again plug tops, switches and other parts of electrical appliances which people might touch. Okay, so for that conductors and insulators are very important, both are very important, because switches, plugs, sockets are made up of conductors, but rubber and plastics are used for covering it. Okay, so we can touch it, so we will not get the shock. Just because of the insulators, we will not get the shock. Now here, your body is the conductor of electricity, therefore be careful when you handle an electrical appliances. So for that, don't touch any electrical appliances with your wet hands, because your body is also the conductor of the electricity. Even don't touch with your wet hands to the electrical sockets, pins, and just take care while handling the electrical appliances. Okay, so now we'll see here PPT. Electric conductors and insulators. See, insulators do not allow energy to get through. So here are the examples: glass, wood, plastic, cork, rubber. So these are the insulators. And conductors, see, do allow energy to get through. Water, silver, copper, gold, like this, they are the conductors. Okay, now here electrical conductors: silver, gold, copper, steel, seawater are the conductors. And electrical insulators, see, rubber, glass, oil, diamond, dry wood are the examples of the conductors and insulators. Now difference between them. Here, a conductor is a substance that transmits heat or electricity, but an insulator restricts the transfer of heat or electricity. Conductors contain a large number of free electrons, but insulators do not contain free electrons. Now, metals are conductors, but non-metals are insulators. Okay, so these are the metals and these are the non-metals. Here again, conductor: any material that allows electric current to pass through it, so it is called as a conductor. Here, any material that does not allow electric current to pass through it, called it insulator. So here are the example: copper, aluminium, steel, any material. See, here is one example. Insulator and conductor are very important. See, this one is a conductor and this one is a insulator. So we need both. Okay, here plastic, cloth, rubber, glass are the insulator. So students, here in the textbook we'll see the summary that we have studied in this lesson. Electric cell is a source of electricity. An electric cell has two terminals. One is called positive while the other is negative. An electric bulb has a filament that is connected to its terminals. An electric bulb glows when electric current passes through it. In a closed electric circuit, the electric current passes from one terminal of the electric cell to the other terminal. Again, switch is a simple device that is used to either break the electric circuit or complete it. So we can switch on or off. We can do it. Okay. Materials that allow electric current to pass through them are called conductors, and materials do not allow electric current to pass through them are called insulator. So students, in this lesson we have studied about electricity and its circuits. So all of you understood? So students, in this lesson we have studied about electric cell, even the torch, bulb and electric circuit, switches, again what is meant by conductors and insulators. So all of you understood this? Okay students, so read the lesson carefully and do the activities given in this lesson. Okay students, so you will get to know clearly about the electricity and circuits, and be aware while handling the electricity. Thank you.